LiveHipHopDaily.tv.
I like it out here. I feel like I always get some love. Am I supposed to roll now?
Yeah, it's your roll.
It
it's
is
your
on
roll.
you, man.
And
It's
see,
on you.
I love LA also, but I love New York like that because it's like anytime I go to New York, it's only one thing that do it for me, and that's the buildings. I don't know what it is, but it's just the buildings. They inspire me to do whatever. It's the lights and the buildings and like before I even went to New York, I used to see it on TV, and they always show the people crowded on the streets walking around, and stuff like that. Man, it is everything that I saw on TV when I went there, I experienced that.
Yeah. Right.
I experienced that, so I love New York, man. But yeah, man, what got you down here in the city, man?
Actually, I'm trying to expand.
Okay.
I feel like I'm doing pretty decently in New York. My business is kind of good. I've worked with a lot of rappers from, the legends like Raekwon to
Chef.
the new guys like French, Troy Ave. I've worked with just about everybody in hip hop, or a wide range of people. So I don't get that many artists from out of town. So I say, you know what? Atlanta's really doing their thing.
Right.
They've been doing it for a while, but they really going hard. So let me get out there and kind of mingle with some of them individuals out there. So I said, the best way to do that is take a flight down there and just get with the people. Do stuff like this.
Word.
Let them know I'm here. So, and if I keep getting this good vibe, I'm open up shop, get a studio down here, and just start doing things here too.
Man, the one thing about that's constant that I hear like people from New York, man, is that when you come down south, like for one, like Hennessy was saying, whenever I would visit New York, man, like what would inspire me is just y'all hustle and y'all grind. It's like, I swear, like I've never met anybody from New York that couldn't sell something.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just real. Like, I mean, I the first time I visited New York, dude, I was like, I was in like maybe 8th grade or something like that. Like 8th going into 9th grade, some around like 9th or 10th, early high school. And this dude was like selling mixtapes, and then like one person was like, "Oh no, I don't want no mixtapes." He was like, "What, dude? I got shirts." It was like one of those things where it was like, dude wasn't taking no for it. And I was like, "You buying something from me today?" And it was just like, it was so inspiring because it's like that hustle. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the one thing also, like the cost of living, because like you find out later on, is like it's expensive to stay in New York. So when you come down here to this beautiful Atlanta, you see like, oh, I can stay here for $1,500. I get all of this for $1,500.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know too many people that move down here from New York that don't thrive. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that mentality that you already have.
Well, yeah, that's really a big reason to come down here too. Because like you said, cost in New York, like what you pay for anything, whether it's a commercial space or residential space, is just astronomical. But if you live in New York your whole life, you don't realize that until you step out, and then you're just like, what? Like I saw somebody had 3-car garage, it was pool, it was this, and I'm like, man, in New York, you know what I get for that? A closet. What you got here? I mean, literally, I'm in a friend of mine's place, and the bedroom, for the same price they're paying for all of this, an apartment in New York fits in their bedroom. And I'm just like, this is amazing. Why am I not down here?
Hey, it's real, man. It's like it's one of those things where, like you said. Also, I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like the same thing happens here, right? Like if you stay in the South and you live in the South your whole life, you realize like I put it like this, right? I grew up in a city called Macon. It's literally an hour away from here, right? Okay. But in Macon, the cost of living there compared to Atlanta is like how you feel like being in New York compared to coming out here. Because like down there, you might can get have a house with a $400 to $500 mortgage.
Wow,
I'm paying more than that, and like half of my rent is more than that. But like down there, like bro, you can if you pay what I paid in rent up here, down there you can have like a nice home with land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So it's like it's still in their eyes. It's like, man, I don't see how y'all do it up there.
Right.
And now we looking at like, I don't see how y'all do it up there. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
it's just one of those things, man.
Yeah, a friend of mine said to me, he was like, he said, you know what it is? He said, people in New York, they're also paying for an experience, you know? So, yeah, you're getting a little sliver to live in, and, you know, like literally people are living in really like cramped places, but they're also getting that 42nd Street experience. They're getting that running into, you know, a top movie star every 5 seconds if you're in the right place, you know what I mean? So they're buying into that too, and I'm like, well, okay, I did that already. I'm ready. I'm ready to move on to the next thing. So
Absolutely. So tell us about this. It's like a series that you're doing, the 99 Problems, right?
Yeah, I'm doing excuse me. I'm working on a lot of different projects. I've done, like I said a little earlier, I've done hundreds of music videos. And the natural progression for directors is to move from music videos into TV and film. So I shot a short film last year, and I'm shooting another one called 99 Problems. We're actually in the middle of it right now, but I got some great actors. I got Mark Jeffries, who was on Power. He played Little C's in the Notorious movie. He played Losing Isaiah. He played 50. He's a great actor, so he's one of the characters in the movie.
Okay.
I got Julito from The Wire. He played a major character. He played Naaman Bryce. He's in the movie. And I have a few other people, cameos. Actually, the rapper Little C's, Mano, Uncle Murder, and a bunch of these Instagram celebrities. So if you ever seen the video of where the guy's like, "Why you always lying?" So he's in it.
Everybody's seen that.
His name is Nick. So it's a comedy. He's in it. The other guy who does the Tyrone. I'm here to, I don't know.
Fuck your wife.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, all right. So it's a few people. I put them together and I put them in this movie, and we wrote an incredible script. We're like halfway through, and it's hilarious. So when we finish that up, it's gonna be exciting. Also working on 2 other series. Once again, it's crazy because when I started doing that, the rappers that I have worked with, a lot of them hit me up like, yo, why didn't I get a role in that movie?
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's only certain amount of people that, like, I can't, it's not a Million Man March movie.
Right.
So there was only a certain amount of slots.
Gotcha.
So when we started working on the scripts and the idea and the concept for this new series, it's done in a way where I can include a lot of these rappers that I know, Conceited, Battle Rapper, Math Hoffa, and other stuff. So, I'm just trying to get into that area more so than the music videos, But music videos pay the bills right now, so.
Word.
Gotcha. So, like, how did this all start for you? Like, what was that beginning point when you were kind of like, hey, man, let me get behind the camera? You know what I mean?
I actually started out like many guys thinking I was going to be a rapper. And it was fun for a while, It was cute. And then I realized maybe I'm not going to make it, So I realized that I should do something else. So I, jumped around. I did tried to be a DJ. Wasn't too good with that. I couldn't put the needle in the right place, So I gave up on that as well.
To everybody that only DJs on Serato, a needle is when you actually have a vinyl record that you sit there and you have to drop the needle in the right place. Right. You gotta let that know, because some people like, drop the needle. Drop the needle, bro. Just press play. What you talking about?
Right. So then I went into music production, and that was fun. I did a few tracks for a couple of artists. They never released them, and every time I see them, I'm like, boy, when you gonna drop that? I could be large right now. And then one day, I used to run around with a little $2 camera, going to these sessions with these guys, these rappers, and one of my friends was Dylon from MTV making the band. So I said, yo, man, I got this camera. Let me try and shoot a music video. And he was like, all right, let's do something. So I shot it, and I put it up, and the feedback was just so incredible that I knew that was my calling. Like,
Gotcha.
And it just, from there, you know, I was cool with Q from World Star. We still all right, you know. But back then, this was before everybody got into World Star the way they are now. And we set up this thing where he was like, yo, whatever you shoot, just let's do it. I'll give you a certain page. And so it was like exciting. And the name just got out there. And I just ran from there. And it was wonderful. It felt good. So, and it started paying the bills. So all that other stuff wasn't paying anything. So videos actually did. So that's how I started. Then I went back to school. I was like, you know what? It's cool. I learned this on my own, did some YouTube videos, read some books. Well, let me go to school. So I wound up going to NYU Film, taking a course and a few classes in a course, and just learning a professional way to do things.
So what's your creative process like, and especially the project that you got going now, as you were speaking about earlier? Like, what's that all about? How does that go?
It sometimes I'll build something around a conversation. Like we might have a conversation, like I heard you speaking about everybody doesn't have to be a rapper. So that'll spark something in my mind, and I'll say, you know what? We need to show that. We need to show that everybody doesn't need to be a rapper. And I feel like with content that's created for the urban market or the hip hop market or black people, however you want to label it, I feel like we need to see different things. We tend to see the same thing over and over and over, and it kind of limits what we seek to pursue in real life.
Absolutely.
Like they say, either art imitates life or life imitates art, depending on how you look at it. So I really feel like music, television has it has a strong influence, especially on our youth. So I would take something like that, I would hear it, and then I would just start sketching out some ideas. Like, okay, well, what are some of the other things that people could do that they don't know are also successful careers? And like you said, even though you're not a rapper, you can still be in the rap industry. You can still be in it. You can be the manager, you can be the agent, you could be someone who handles the publishing rights, you can be a promoter. You know, there's so many different things. You could be a stylist, you can be excuse me, so many different things. So I'll start, and then I'll just start scratching it out, you know, sketching out something short, or I'll see something that's on the news, like this series. I can't reveal too much now. But,
I got you.
But this new project I'm working on is really going to be controversial, and it's also going to, you know, touch people in a certain way, but in a positive way, and you know, pull on people's emotional strings and stuff like that. So I'll take it from anywhere. I'll take it from the news. I'll take it from a conversation. I'll take it from an argument with a girl, and I'll just say, you know, let's do this. I wish I would have said this. Well, let me put it in the script, you know. So that is how I start, and you know, I like to brainstorm with people.
Gotcha.
So I'll call up some friends and say, hey, how do you feel about this? And get their feedback or their position on something, and then I'll just run with it, you know. So.
Word. As a director, creator, writer, I want to ask you this: how do you feel, or what do you think that Spike could have did differently with this Chiraq movie, so that he wouldn't be catching all of this heat, this flame? Did you check it out?
I was actually, before I came here, I was watching parts of it, so I didn't get to finish. Spike, you know, being a fellow Brooklynite, you know, props to him for that. But I used to feel like Spike could have done more. I probably shouldn't say that too loud because I haven't reached Spike's level yet. But I think he's dope. All of the stuff I had been hearing, a friend of mine did something in the movie, so he was telling me about it before it came out. He was like, man, you might not like, nobody might like this movie. So I was like, what are you talking about? Like, this is shy. He was like, man, trust me. So when I started reading what people were saying, I kind of felt the same way. I saw the trailer. I was like, I don't know, Spike. You know, I like you. You know, I support you. I fuck with you, but I don't know about this Chiraq thing. But then he did an interview on Sway in the Morning.
I've seen that.
And shout out to Sway. Sway's my boy. He's cool people. Right. And I watched the interview, and I was just listening to Spike and how passionate he was about what he did. And it started to click, and it started to make sense. And I said, you know what? I'm going to check it out. You know, so, you know, and Sway had checked it out. He said he checked it out. So I hit him. I was like, you know what, Sway, because of your interview with Spike, I'm actually going to I'm interested now in seeing what Chirac is about.
Right.
But I haven't yet watched it. But the way he explained it, it was like a remake of something, a play that he took and he kind of modernized and he made it into something. So any criticism doesn't fall, I guess, 100% on him. It was, you know, he remade something. But I think the naming of it, like we already associate certain things with Chirac. So we're expecting certain things when you say Chirac.
Yeah.
Right.
And what he did is he kind of tried to, I think, diffuse or disassociate Chicago from Chirac in a weird kind of way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's what kind of made people feel funny.
It was the whole like, I think the word that was used was satire. You know, it was making a satire, and the whole idea behind it was to soften the blow of the connotation of what Chirac means, and you know, I guess kind of, you know, change a negative to a positive.
Right.
But you know, we had Lyrical on the show. She's from Chicago, and she was just saying, like, you know what, the biggest issue was the naming of the film.
Exactly.
If that film would have been named Southside, would have had a whole nother feel.
That's
you know what I mean? But the naming of the film and the character being named Chirac, it didn't go over well with anybody in her circle. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I get it. It was good. It was refreshing to have her on the show, because beforehand I was like, man, this brother just doing a movie. But then when you hear from the people that's actually there and they living it, and like they've lost lives and stuff like that, and you kind of get like, okay, I get it.
And that's what I think a lot of people felt like, that Spike was removed from it. He was too far. Like, he took a catchphrase and thought, oh, wow, we could use that. And it kind of worked. You know, because if it would have been named Southside, it wouldn't
We wouldn't
have
been talking about
exactly.
Exactly.
So I just don't know if anybody in his circle, or if Spike is even the type of individual that'll listen to anybody in his circle that probably said, yeah, maybe not Chirac. Let's call it something else, you know.
I got you.
So, you know, it worked as far as publicity goes, you know. And I think what did he do? He released it in theaters and on Amazon. So that was another, like, unique thing. Like, I find technology to be really exciting nowadays when it comes to movies, because I think the Interview, that movie, The Interview.
Oh yeah.
They did something similar where they were in theaters at the same time that they were released on.
It's on Netflix. It was on Netflix like almost immediately. As a matter of fact, yeah.
Right. So Chirac did the same thing with Amazon Prime, I believe.
Okay.
So that's, you know, I'm always excited by stuff like that, because, you know, everybody has a phone, and it's like the way we consume media now is just so different. So, and I think he raised, I don't know if it was for that movie, but he also raised money for a movie through the whole crowdfunding, source funding.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Kickstarter or something like that. So, it's amazing. Spike is still, you know, a legend. He's still done a lot of incredible things, but sometimes he's in his own world.
Yeah. You know, you mentioned like technology and being, you know, in touch with the consumer. With this new project that you're working on, is that your goal to kind of go directly to consumer, or are you planning to put this in theaters? Like, what's the planning behind it?
Yes. So with 99 Problems, because we have a large cast of Instagram and social media stars, the bulk of it, we have a few other people that I didn't mention that are in it too, like Shiggy, Low Key Mar, Jaden the God. We have a lot of people that are from Instagram, or Instagram celebrities with hundreds of thousands of followers. So with that, I was like, we're going to market it different.
Okay.
So we're going to take advantage of that fan base and use it to not only reach them, but also get the content to them. So we're going to do, the way that we set it up is to do straight to Netflix, Redbox, iTunes, all of the digital medias, because obviously they have a fan base of people who are on Instagram, Vine, click and wait, you know.
Yeah.
So they're already on their phones. We just now have to make sure that the media is available to them. The movie is available to the same way that they've already proven to be comfortable with. And then we're also incorporating certain things, like each of the actors will have clips and trailers that feature them in their roles. So when we start rolling out the trailers and the promotions, each of them will have clips shown on their page, you know, with all of the traditional movie promo stuff, but it'll be just showing their clip.
Their clips.
So,
I got you.
And then there's always some new social media stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Periscope and all of this other stuff. So, but yeah, that is. I want to really take advantage of that, take it to the next level, and bring all. Actually, I want to bring all of these stars to the next level, because it's like, where do you go after you've reached 1 million followers on here?
Mm-hmm.
You made everybody laugh. You wore a wig. Like, okay, now what's the next step? So that was also one of the main goals, is to try to help these guys transition from online to like whatever. Right. Mm-hmm. When you finish with us, the studios might see, oh, he's got potential. Let's put him in the next Men in Black or something like that. So.
Cool. Well, you know, is there a timeline on this project? I know you say you're like more than half done now. Like,
yeah. So we there's a few things in the pipeline. So the film that I finished before this is it's called Dear Playtime. It also my boy Julito from The Wire also has a role in that. My boy Jack Thriller from This Is 50, he's also in that. And a few other up and coming. My Son, rapper from the Bronx. He's a great actor, as by the way, too. And a few other people. So Dear Playtime is a romantic comedy. This is going to come out around Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Then 99 Problems, we want to try to drop that about spring, the beginning of the warm weather. And then the series that I'm working on now, actually want to do that before both of those. So we're trying to get the first episode out by the end of January.
Okay.
We're going to do a screening. Shout out to my boy Mo from Money and Violence. He's doing an incredible job.
So they signed a deal with Tidal, I think.
Yeah, they did it, which is monumental, to go from, like, once again, technology, to go from YouTube to Tidal and Lionsgate. Like, that's incredible. I was just telling him the other day, I said, bro, you know, you really did your thing. It inspired a lot of people. So, you know, that's kind of like a blueprint.
That's dope. Yeah, we got a question from one of the audience members that we want to get in.
Okay, great.
All right, so what do you use to edit?
People ask me that a lot, too. People assume that I use something called Final Cut Pro, but I do not. I am a PC man, so I use a program called Sony Vegas Pro 13. It's a wonderful program. I've been using it for years. I've seen people use many other editing software, Final Cut, Premiere, Edius, but I love Sony Vegas. Like, it's just, its interface is just wonderful. Like, you just drag and drop stuff in there, so it works very well for me. So. And they have a new program out that I'm kind of, it works with Sony Vegas, and this is like a little secret I don't tell people, but I'm letting you know right now. We here. It's called Hit Film, and what Hit Film does is it's more tailored towards special effects. So I'm trying to convince myself to study it a little bit more and get nice with it, and then, you know, maybe jump from Sony Vegas to Hit Film. But right now, Sony Vegas is my baby.
I use Sony Vegas to make my Instagram clips.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I say, just drag.
Yeah, just drag and drop.
Do your thing.
And it's good, yeah, so. For sure.
And so you directed Instagram clips, man?
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that was you, man.
Yeah, I'm over here. That was me, man. I ain't pay nobody to do it. I figured it out on my own.
That's what's up.
And, yeah, man, ready for Denzel, man.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
We got to do some work together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's dope, man. Well, look, bro, I appreciate you coming through. We appreciate you coming through and really giving us some knowledge on that film world, because that's like, for us, it's always refreshing to see something else other than rappers and producers come up here, and you kind of showing people like, hey, all these rappers y'all love, I'm working with them.
Right.
I'm just behind the camera. You know what I mean? So it's good for them to see there's some other things out here. Y'all heard me go on my rant already. I'm not gonna do that again. But you know, I just want to thank you for that, because like that story needs to be told too. You know what I mean? So definitely.
Right. How was it working with Troy before we leave?
Troy Ave?
Yeah. I like Troy.
BSB Records.
I'm gonna tell you.
Facto.
I like Troy Ave.
Yeah.
I shot something for him a long time ago when he was doing like open mics, and then to see him and work with him again later after he had his success, we did a video. It's Troy Ave, Meek Mill, and Mano. It's called Lights, Camera, Action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then I did some other stuff. He came to my studio. We shot a cover for his album. It's BSB. It's like him and it's some girl. So they shot that at my studio. He's cool. He gets a bad reputation. I'm always hearing people say, "Oh, he's too cocky. He's too arrogant. He's this and that." But I like him. I think he's cool and he's just confident. Like he really came far in, I guess, his career that. You know, he deserves the right. He has earned the right to be confident.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's done some things a lot of guys have not done. Another guy, French Montana, is like my boy. You know what I mean? I'm like one of the original Coke boys. Him as well, he came a long way in his career. Like he did a lot individually as an independent artist. So any success that he has now, he's deserved. And to add on to what you were saying as well, as I tell people that these guys have been in the game for over 10 years. They've been hustling, busting their ass for over 10. Like I've been on the road with some of these guys, like where we're all inside a little van, state to state, making things happen.
Right.
So when they finally get their success, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, they think it's overnight, but no, these guys been grinding for years.
Right.
So when they do get it, it's well worth it. It's well deserved, you know. So
Definitely.
shout out to Troy Ave.
True that. I like Troy.
BSB
man.
Records.
Yeah.
Facto.
I like
BSB.
Troy, man.
Yeah,
young
yeah, yeah.
Young Lito. That's
Yeah.
it.
Lito getting off too.
Yeah.
he's
he
doing
getting
his
off
thing.
too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Lito.
Definitely, man. Well, how can the people connect with you? You know, social media and all of that.
I keep it simple. I learned a long time ago from my PR and a branding person. Like, keep all your stuff the same. So
Can you say that one more time? No, JA _ hashtag 5.
Right. Yeah. Keep it simple and keep it. This is some new trend where people have like 3 underscores, and I'm like, I don't know
no,
what the
bro.
hell that. What? You know, forget it. Mine is directed by Mazio. On anything, Twitter, Instagram. If you got PS4, I'm on PS4. I'm on Hang With. I'm on anything that's new. I get on there, and it's directed by Mazio.
Spell Mazio for the people.
Mazio. So it's DIRECTEDBY Mazio. Mazio. And that's my website too, directedbymazio.com. So.
Word.
And that's my catchphrase. You ever watch one of them videos I've done? It says directed by Mazio right in the beginning. So I keep it simple.
Yeah, man. So when you decide to make that move down here, man, and shoot a movie, man, call your boy, man. I don't care if I'm the trash man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be in the film.
He's serious too. Like
I'm
we've
dead
had a couple of directors come through here. He said the same thing. Like they ain't reached back. You know.
Hey, I gotta ask. Hey, all you can do is say yeah or no.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Heard supposed to put me in something with the fake money we got running around. You know what I'm saying? I just want to count the money or something. You know what I mean? I just need to be in the film.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm always looking out. You know, I keep people in mind. So
Yeah.
reach out to all the contacts. You know, so
Word.
Definitely.
Can you play like a radio host?
I can. Yeah.
That's what we doing right now.
Yeah. Let's do that.
If you need us, hey, I'm finna pull a Hennessy. If you need that to happen, look. If you need us coming here, this can be the set. If you need
Okay,
us, like, whatever you want to do, it's all good.
That's
We can
it.
make it work.
You know what I mean?
We can make it work, definitely.
There you go. I'm all with it. Let's
For
make
sure.
it happen. All right.
All
Yeah,
good, man. Well,
we definitely appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thanks for having me, bro.
You
For real.
you want to do the close here?
yeah, we might as well, man.
All right. Well, look. Of course, you're on the Good Hennessy Show. We had some great guests tonight. Thought I was gonna burp, didn't do it. It's all good. But yeah, I appreciate y'all checking us out, man. We here every Monday at 7 p.m. on LiveHipHopDaily.tv. And you can follow us at Good Hennessy Show on all social media outlets. That's spelled just like I said it. You might not spell Hennessy because I switched it up. So it's GOODHENNECSHOW. And you can also follow us on social media at Live Hip Hop Daily down. That's spelled just how I said it. And my personal handle is Jimmy Hennessy. That's JIMMYHENNEC. Like I said, man, we here every Monday, 7 p.m. 2016. Man, we bringing Monopoly into the show. We bringing Uno. We gonna play some tonks, some spades. We just gonna get interactive with the people, man. You know what I'm saying? And also remember February 20th. That's Dirt Roads on Pluto Part 3. That's my little concert series. You know what I'm saying? And we are sponsored by Hipster Vape Co. Appreciate them. Shouts out to them. And what you got for me?
Hey man, you pretty much said it all, man. Just follow me on all things social media at Straight Out the Den, STR the number 8 OUTDADEN. February 12th, live from the Music Room, Pumping Gumption Volume 2. We got a lot of artists that's gonna be there. It's definitely gonna be a dope show. We got backed by a live band, Third Generation. So look, it's a different type of show. It ain't like you come in there, you just gonna be playing over track. You're gonna have like some serious hip hop going on, everything. So make sure y'all there, a live band. If you've never performed or never seen anybody perform behind the band, I'm telling you, want to be there. It's gonna be live and popping, man. And also at PAX, say what you say, Saturdays we there on the 16th. Yeah. On the 16th, this Saturday, come through. Definitely want y'all to show some love, man, and just let me know that y'all seen us on Good Hennessy Show. You might get a drink out of me. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. Just put it like that. So y'all show out and show some love. Other than that, yeah, man. Until next week, we out.
We out.
Yes, sir.